Hey guys, it's Sergeant Blankenship. We're still in our active shooter series instructor video for 1.2. We've already talked about a couple things in regards to support or the 1 alpha role. Now we need to start focusing on post 1's role as they actually respond, right? So for that assessment run, we're just giving them the situation. Hey, there's an active shooter in building 400. Last known location is the command post. Let that assessment run into play, but don't let them get too far. We should hit the approach, and then once they stack up on the outside door to make entry into 400, we should just go ahead and terminate, right? Because what are we looking for with the objectives? Approach, are they able to hold security and respect first light? And then we can have a conversation afterwards about, are they waiting or are they responding immediately? So let's take a look at the approach. Some of the things that we're gonna be looking for is, hey, are they utilizing the cover that's in place? So my mind goes to like the STS vehicles that are in the parking lot almost all the time. Are they using 1 alpha as a bounding overwatch for them as they start to make that approach? Because they're there to do that, right? Are they calling it into BDOC that, hey, they're gonna go ahead and respond? But that approach, you should be able to see if they're holding good security and if they're respecting first light, right? It's very simple. It doesn't have to get like real sexy into it. Just start thinking about a couple things, and what we can focus on is, are they using post 1 alpha as support? Post 1 alpha can hold security from a good vantage point at the main gate, while post 1 is doing that bounding and overwatch, approach to building 400. So that's something that you can hit on. Another thing is utilizing that cover. Are they approaching, stopping at cover, reevaluating, and then approaching again, right? And then just, the basic, hey, are they dropping security? Are they just checking up? Are they letting that rifle sling while they're running, right? We still need to be able to hold security. So those two things you can cover. Now, whenever everything is said and done, the conversation needs to happen. Are we waiting for mainly like post 3, post 5, or are we going to go ahead and make entry? And this is really where you should spend the majority of your time, is just having that conversation with your post 1 and your 1 alpha. Hey guys, are you all going to be waiting for post 3, or are you going to be waiting for post 5? What I like to do is even offer it to them as a question to make them think that they're wrong. If they decided not to wait, which in my opinion is the right answer, if you will, if I ask them, hey, why didn't you wait for post 3? It might just insinuate to them that they did something wrong, when in actuality they didn't, right? I just need them to articulate why they didn't wait. And if they can give you that good articulation, then you're good to go. You really don't even have to say anything about it, right? But we need to start pushing out the mindset that we do not wait, right? We don't wait for post 3, we don't wait for post 5 for us to make entry into that building, and post 3 should be doing the same thing. Post 3 is not going to wait for post 1, and here's my mindset. If I'm responding to an active shooter on base, right? As I'm making entry, if I don't physically see you, if I'm post 1, if I don't see post 3, I am not waiting, right? Now, if I can see post 3, like they're 50 yards or so away from me, I might just slow my pace down a little bit to let them catch up, so we can alleviate the entire deconfliction issue, right? But if I'm approaching, if I get to that door and I don't see you, I'm just gonna go ahead and make entry, right? We have to start pushing that mindset out to our people that, 1, we don't wait for backup. We're not waiting for post 3, post 5, and we're definitely not waiting for the flight chief or BDOC to tell us to go in, right? As soon as that call comes out that there's an active shooter in building 400, there should be no thinking, no waiting. We're not waiting for that centralized command to tell us what to do. We're immediately just pushing and going inside the structure. This conversation, I think, will pay dividends if you spend a lot of time on this and really articulate to them why it's important that they don't wait for backup or don't wait for the order to go inside the buildings. If you have a good conversation with them there, you will empower them to be critical thinkers and able to make decisions on their own. And that will pay dividends for 1.3, 1.4, or depending on what their post priority is, right? 3.3, 3.4, right? Because we won't have to have this conversation again. If you guys have any questions, just reach out to the training department.